Where do we go to sell this motorhome that we can trust? Motorhomes of Texas is the place for you. When a customer comes here, not only to get the quality of work, but most importantly, they feel like, man, I got a bang for my dollar. If somebody has never bought a motorhome, I just want to assure them this is the place to come. Our labor rate is great. You know, we're at $185 an hour.
Wow.
Most people that are working here now have been with me at least 12 to 15 years. We're a big family here. That's what makes us special.
Today we have found the largest luxury motorhome dealership in America. I've been hearing about Motorhomes of Texas long before I ever started this YouTube channel. They have an incredible reputation in the luxury motorhome industry with over 600 Google reviews with a 4.8 star rating. And today we're here with the guy that I heard started mowing the grass around here several years ago.
I did, yes sir.
Yeah, so David, what's the story with Motorhomes of Texas here and how did you get into business?
Well, believe it or not, Andrew, I've been in the business 32 years, so it's an incredible story. It all began at Foretravel. Foretravel is very large in the industry. Back in 1968, was started by the Fore family, and just an amazing company. But I was a salesman there, and God really blessed me there, and I got a tremendous customer base, and unfortunately, they made a decision to go to independent dealers, and so therefore I was no longer selling at the factory. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that entire customer database that I have, and I'm going to go open up my own company. And so in '03, I opened up Motorhomes of Texas and started selling luxury pre-owned Foretravels. And obviously that dwarfed into becoming Foretravels dealer there for several years for selling new. And then after that, I said, you know what I want to do? I want to get involved with all manufacturers. So now that's what we do. We sell every manufacturer's coach here on the pre-owned side of luxury diesel motorhomes.
Well, and I know all of my friends at Newell Coach speak very highly of you. And of course, being right down the road from Foretravel, you've got a great relationship with them. But what is your relationship with Newell Coach?
Well, I have a great friendship with all those guys, and obviously Carl and the whole entire family there. They wanted a footprint closer to obviously a big city like Houston to say who can service our motorhomes and take care of the, you know, the Newell product. And then obviously Phil Cornelius and I have been best friends. He's the one that got me in this industry. We really, really love our Newell customers, and we sell a lot of pre-owned Newells, and we obviously service them. And so that's been a really blessing to be partners with them to help, you know, obviously get their name out there on the pre-owned side. And we really do a great job of selling those as well as Foretravels and all the manufacturers.
Yeah, you've got some incredible inventory, all the stuff I get fired up about, all the big diesel stuff, Newells,
yes.
Foretravels, Newmar, you've got some Prevost, you like the country coaches, yes. The Monacos, the Beavers, all that stuff?
Oh yeah, that's one thing I said is, you know, originally it was just specialized in Foretravel because the factory's here. But then I realized, no, what we need to do is do everything and help everyone and help all the manufacturers and all the customers out there find a good place to come to get incredibly good service, quality service, and a great place to buy a motorhome or consign it, because that's what we do best is consign motorhomes here and sell. So we've got over 3,000 plus happy people on the road today, and gave them a wedding day experience. But I love that we sell all brands, you know, pre-owned. We don't just have one little niche, we do all of it.
Yes, sir, and I saw a statistic. You said you sell 82% of your consignments within 120 days?
Yes. You know, that's, it's very powerful, and I'm very proud of that. That's something we work very hard to do, is to say, who can we trust? If you're somebody that wants to sell your motorhome, who do we trust to say, I'm going to entrust them to take my motorhome there. I know they'll take good care of it. I know they do a great job of marketing it, getting it out there on the internet. And so we're very proud of that statistic. If you bring your motorhome here, the odds of it going away, not all of them do, but the odds of it going away soon within 120 days is 82% are out on the road to a new buyer. If anybody has a luxury diesel motorhome and they're saying, man, honey, where do I go? Where do we go to sell this motorhome that we can trust? Motorhomes of Texas is a place for you.
Yeah, you've got a stellar reputation, and your service department is incredible as well. I'd love to kind of walk around, and I want to see some of the deals, some of the inventory you have, but yes. Do you think you could maybe show us around a little bit what you got going on?
We can definitely show you all kinds of things today, Andrew, and I want to say thank you for being here. We're looking forward to this.
Hey, it's an honor. I've been wanting to come here for a long time, so we're really excited to be here today.
I appreciate it.
Now, this is quite a good-looking service center here, and I had a chance to walk through your shop. They're extremely clean, extremely impressive, but what all do you do in your service center here?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say that, you know, we're coined with our phrase, service is not a passion, it's an obsession, right? And we live with service. That's the key. You can sell a lot, but what happens after the sale is the most important, and that's what we do here. We do service all major manufacturers. We are pretty much diesel. We don't do very little gas, if any. We focus on high-end luxury diesel motorhomes, and we see people drive here from thousands of miles away, Andrew. That's what I love, is they'll come from every corner of the United States as well as even Canada, pull in here. They'll have their list, they'll stay with us, and we can pretty much do anything they want other than heavy diesel, work on the engine. But it's a one-stop shop. We take care of people, and we've been taking care of thousands of people over the years.
And how many technicians are in your shop here?
Currently, right now, we're up to 21. We moved some techs from across the street over here, and you got to keep hiring and training, and that's what it's all about, is getting people to constantly have product knowledge.
Yeah, and where do you find your technicians? I know it's getting harder and harder to find great RV techs.
Welcome to the world of owning a business. Employment today is hard, but we're very blessed. We do a good job through our HR department reaching out to people. And here's the good news. We can take somebody if they are a hardworking individual, they got good integrity, and they have retention and a willingness to work, and we can teach them a lot. But we're fortunately occasionally get somebody that has a lot of RV experience to come in here, and we've got some phenomenal lead techs, and those are the best of the best. Those guys are the ones that are making it all happen. And we do a system here where we have a lead all the way down to a D, and those guys are always training, always teaching, because that's the future. We got to get those D's to C's to B's to A's and obviously leads someday. We do a really good job here the way that we run the service department, because at the same time we're working on a customer's motorhome, we're also teaching.
Yes, sir, that's understandable. And I just overheard one of your customers just complimenting at how impressed they are with your technicians and getting stuff done. They say they come here every year from Nevada, actually, so that's quite a long trek. So
absolutely, we do something here that's probably crazy that I would take on that liability, but I don't mind, and that is we allow the customer to be in the shop with the motorhome. And so that's probably 1% or less that takes that risk, like me, for liability. But I want the customer to see what we're doing. I want the technician constantly communicating and talking to them and explaining exactly what we found. And I think that's what they love the most, is just the open relationship that they have with the tech, where they're constantly talking about, what'd you find? Did you find the electrical problem? What happened? Instead of just sitting in the lobby going, well, I wonder what happened. Did they find the problem? We are very, very open. We let the people come in the shop and they get to see what's going on, and they build that rapport with the tech. And what's really great about it, they have such a good relationship with them, they come back and they ask for them. And I love that. And you know what, if the guy does a good job and he wants to give him a tip, I have no problem with that. A lot of people don't tip the tech. I say, hey, if he did that good a job and you want to tip him as well, tip him. I love it. I love hearing people say they had a great relationship with the technicians, because they're also salespeople trying to get them to say, we want you to keep coming back.
Absolutely, I can appreciate that, and service is extremely important. Now, how many total employees do you have here at Motorhomes of Texas? You've got other businesses too, but here at Motorhomes of Texas, how many?
Yeah, we fluctuate. We've had as high as 90 right now. Things have changed a lot in the RV business the last several years, and we're hovering around that 75 mark. And so we do a great job. We're looking to continue to grow and scale, and looking forward to seeing some other footprints coming up soon in other places. But here in Nacogdoches, that's what we have.
Yeah, and how long has Motorhomes of Texas been in business, and what's your average length of employment here?
Oh man, we've been in business since 2003. Most people that are working here now have been with me at least 12 to 15 years.
Wow.
And we have tremendous loyalty. Tenure is very big for me, and I love to take care of my people. I think everybody will tell you one of our biggest things that we do here is everything we evolve is around family. So it's very rare that you see the sales department get along with the service department, and the service department get along with the sales department, parts department. We are one big family. One of the things I push all the time is we do company events all the time. And it's to get out of the work environment, get into a social setting where everybody's enjoying each other. We just had our company golf tournament. It was a big success. We work very well together. We're a big family here. That's what makes us special.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of the diesel motorhomes today, but I know you also have a trailer and fifth wheel division. You have a fiberglass division.
Yes, sir.
You got your hands in a lot of stuff around here, yes. It sounds like.
Yeah, we do. Several years back, I opened up RV Outfitters of Texas. A lot of things I do, as you can tell, is of Texas. RV Outfitters of Texas is our division that we do fifth wheels and bumper pulls, which we do a great job in that area. And then also Customers are always coming in, hey, I need fiberglass work done, can you paint my motorhome, whatever. We opened up Fiberglass of Texas, and we got a full team down there that no matter what you need, we can take care of that.
Yeah, a one-stop shop here.
Yes.
Now, I was really impressed when we walked through your facility. Do you think we could take a look around a little bit?
Absolutely, let's go take a look.
Sounds good.
Here at the service center, what's really exciting is nothing's worse than having it rain and get out of the elements. We put the cover in, it's a great place. The customers pull in, one-stop shop concierge. Once they get out of their motorhome, they're able to walk right in the door. We have 4 service advisors waiting to greet them, and we do a fantastic job there. Come on in, let's take a look at the service center. This is our customer lounge. This is where everybody comes in, and this is where they're introduced to their service advisor. Like I said, we have 4 of them here. We have our lovely Ashton that greets everyone and answers the phone, so when you call in for service, you get to talk to her. A great sitting area and a lounge area for folks to hang out while their motorhome's getting repaired. And we also have another one in the back that we can show you as well. But what I'd like to do now is introduce you to Derek. He's right here. You can see his office, and this is where Derek is, and he's going to talk to us now. And Derek, come on over. I'd love for you to meet Andrew Steele, and tell us all about the service department that you've helped create.
Good to meet you, Derek.
Nice to meet you,
So what do you do here with Motorhomes of Texas?
Well, I've been with Motorhomes of Texas and started their parts and service department back in 2004. We try to take care of the customer in every way possible. We want them leaving here happy and safe. That's the key. We do a 24-point free inspection to make sure that their motorhome is safe to be on the road, and that way when they leave here they don't hopefully have any issues.
Yes, sir. What all motorhomes do you work on here in your service department?
We work on all Class A motorhomes, from Newell's, Prevost, Foretravels, Tiffin products, the Newmar products, all the major motorhome brands that we can get in.
Yeah, and David mentioned mostly diesel stuff, but I also saw some Sprinter vans out there as well.
Yes, sir. We'll take an occasional Sprinter van, especially from some local people that need some help. We'll try to help out anyone we can.
And what's some of the more common service work you do here, or is there anything specific that you do the most of here?
We work on just about anything. I would say some of the most common things would be the slide rooms, roof air conditioners, dash air, general service and overall, Oasis, Aqua Hot, floor heat. We'll work on a little bit of everything in the motorhome. We don't do any major engine repairs or major transmission repairs.
Now, the flow of this dealership seems very state-of-the-art. Is this a pretty new facility, I would assume?
Yes, sir. We just moved into this facility in December of 22. This was all constructed, and it was designed for the flow, for more efficiency for our service techs to be able to get the parts, for the customers to be able to come straight to the parts counter if they needed to get something. So here you see our parts department, and we have windows on the opposite side over here that are just for the technicians to get parts also.
Yeah, really nice flow here into the shop here, and this is a state-of-the-art shop here. I see a little beverage station for guests, coffee station. Now, I apologize to the technicians. We just had to kill some country music that was going pretty loud back here. You keep some good music going for these folks back here?
Yes, like to keep the guys, happy and smiling and, greeting the customers, and you get some music going that keeps the vibe smooth and everybody a little bit more relaxed.
Definitely makes a work day go by a little better with some good country music, especially when we're hanging out in Texas here. But this shop is immaculate. I mean, you can almost eat off of these floors in here. I see, the air hoses, the stations are very neat. What all happens in this facility here?
This is where we do almost all of our service work, from the engine services to the slide rooms. The only thing that we don't do here is a lot of the upholstery work or the remodeling work. But yeah, every night the guys have started cleaning and mopping their bays when they're done. They've done that since we moved into the building. That was out without even being asked. The technicians take pride in what they're doing and take pride in the facility, so they mop the bays down every evening.
And if someone wants to schedule a service appointment, how far out are you typically in scheduling?
We try to keep it no more than 3 weeks. We try to stay within 2 weeks because we want to get customers in here in a timely fashion. So if we have to stay late to get some stuff knocked out to stay within that 2 weeks, that's what we do.
I appreciate that, and I see looks like the boss's office is upstairs overlooking the shop, keeping an eye on things. Yes. I like to see that. Well, I think we've got a lot to see around here today, but we're gonna make sure to leave that information in the description if someone does want to schedule a service appointment. Definitely world-class facility here. You've got some cool coaches in your service department that I get fired up about. Some of these old U320s.
Yes, right here's one.
I mean, this was a high quality coach back in the day. A lot of people don't realize how high quality these are, and you see I mean, you've got several of these in your shop right now. What all will you work on here in your shop?
If we feel like it's worthy, we'll work on it. But we really like the older Foretravels. You can see some of the classics in there. A lot of these I actually sold. So they're customers that bring them back, but man, we've got some gems. This is an incredible condition for an 02. Believe it or not, you're looking back at anywhere from a 2000, 1998 over there. And they're all just customers that we've acquired over the time that love coming here because they get such good service.
Well, and I can imagine with your proximity to the Foretravel factory, getting parts and stuff,
yes,
it has to streamline the process quite a bit.
100%.
Yes,
yeah, we do a great job of getting parts to people fast, and then they come here because they're ready, accessible, because we have access to just about everything.
Yes, sir, and definitely a testament for these old Foretravels to see these coaches still in here rolling down the road.
They're classics. They'll go forever.
Yeah, and they're even behind us here. This is a rare coach. He said it was a 14 Foretravel Phoenix with a custom TV in the rear bedroom. They're working on it, so we're not gonna go in it, but it's got a TV that drops down out of the ceiling. Correct. Like what you would see up front. It is owned, but a really cool coach, and I can tell that the owner of that coach
takes good care of it.
Absolutely, it's immaculate.
Very good care of that coach.
Yes, sir.
You can tell by the exterior.
Yes, sir. Now, folks bringing in their coach for service, are they able to stay in the coach, while it's being worked on? Or?
Absolutely. That's probably one of the greatest things we ever did. Is it builds the rapport with the technician, but they love it. Most dealerships won't do that. They say, hey, you got to stay in the lobby the entire time. We want you out there as a customer interacting with the technician, saying, hey, what did you find wrong, whether it be an electrical issue or whatever it may be that they're here for, and just building that rapport and the trust with the tech so they can actually walk them through so they can understand what it was that was not working. That's a great thing. And another thing we do, Andrew, that's really exciting is that if people come here and they want to stay, while their motorhome's being repaired, they can also stay in the motorhome, but also when they're finished, we have a full area back here with full hookups so customers can stay on the lot anytime they want while their motorhome's being serviced. So a lot of people will come here, stay a week, get everything they want worked off, especially as far as they drove to get here. And then also, if they're here to buy a motorhome, we have an incredible delivery area over here that's state-of-the-art, where it's wide enough that if they have a trade, they can park side by side to move their stuff back and forth. And we just really wanted them to feel that concierge service.
And how long does that delivery process take? And when someone does, buy a motorhome from you, what's the service? What's the PDI process that goes into a motorhome that's going through your sales department?
Yeah, we try to do a really good job to inspect that motorhome. As Derek alluded to earlier, safety is the most important thing. Every motorhome here at Motorhomes of Texas gets a PSI. Every motorhome here goes through a full PDI process, that pre-delivery inspection, to see that everything is safe and working. And then once a customer chooses a motorhome, they say that's the one they want to buy, we want to give them an experience. We encourage them. Sometimes you can't stop people being in a hurry and they'll sign and drive off. We don't like that, but hey, if that's what they want to do, great. We encourage them to stay here for 3 days in the delivery area, live in it, go through it, make a list of anything you find wrong, and we really want them to have that wedding day experience.
Yeah, I can really appreciate that. And these are complex machines, so there's definitely a learning curve. And do you have a technician or a salesperson go through the coach to explain it, or how does that delivery process work?
We have a great staff here. Our team is, I call it staff, but it's a team of a family. We all work together, but we have a dedicated gentleman that does the walk-arounds. So he basically spends several hours with the customer and gives them a full walk around, exterior, interior, shows all the systems on the motorhome. Hardest thing for most everybody these days is the electronics, and so we take some time to slow down and show them that, and just the functioning of the motorhome, how to bring the slides in and out, how to use the systems in the coach, as you would say, especially if they've never owned one. If somebody has never bought a motorhome, I just want to assure them this is the place to come, because we love conquest. We call that a conquest, is they've never owned a motorhome and this is their first experience. Then we go even above that to really give them that treatment of saying, let me explain everything to you so they don't feel nervous about, oh my gosh, this is such a large purchase. Am I going to not know how to run the motorhome, all the systems? And so we have a dedicated person to do that. The salesman also stays involved. We try to take them to dinner, give them a bottle of wine, whatever they need to feel good while they're here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think you said you've got over 100 coaches in inventory. How many coaches do you have in inventory right now?
It fluctuates. Obviously the old saying, bread on the shelf, bread off the shelf. If you sell, 25, 30 a month, you got to go find 25 or 30 coming in. So that inventory can go up and down. But we try to, stay around 100 to 125 every single month and give people the opportunity when they're here to have plenty of inventory to look at.
I'd love to see some of the coaches around here, but really quickly, If someone is consigning a coach with you, how do all the numbers work? How do you work that out? Say I had a coach I want to sell.
Yeah.
What percentage are you going to take? How do you price it? How does that all work?
The consignment program is very unique, and that is we do it on a case-by-case basis. Now, obviously, if the motorhome is in the NADA book that can have an established value, then we can look at them and tell them kind of where the market is based upon the miles, based upon the condition. Is it a smoker coach, non-smoker? And so we can really give them a good idea what we feel like we can set it in at, that it'll sell fast. Because remember, we want to get it gone within 120 days. Now, if it comes in and it's not in the NADA book, we also do a lot of market research, and that would be a Newell, that would be a Prevost, some of the higher end stuff. And we do a really good job, you know, looking at the industry, saying what right now is that motorhome selling for throughout the United States, and we place it in and we try to get it gone. Because the one thing that the consignor wants is they want their money. Like, let's get this thing sold, let's get the money back in the bank, and that way, and obviously we want to get it to another happy owner to get them going down the road.
Yes, sir. I think turning them quickly definitely makes a lot of sense. So we're finding the stuff I get fired up about. You've got, you know, late model Essex, King Air, there's a Tiffin Zephyr, an American Heritage, you've got some Integra product, some Foretravels, there's some Newells back here behind us. I think I could probably spend like a month trying to film every coach here, and I'd be like a hamster in a wheel trying to keep up with you guys here, but we're gonna be making a bunch of short form videos. I wanna try to share as much of this with the folks out there as possible, but what's some of the deals you have in inventory right now?
Yeah, the thing we specialize on is clean. So if you're interested in a luxury diesel motorhome, we are the place to go. All of our motorhomes are going through a whole process of 26 days, going through the shop, getting detailed, going through prep, and also we decorate it. And then we feel like if you're willing to come here and make the drive, because that's another slogan we have here at Motorhomes of Texas, is it's worth the drive. I don't want people to come here and go, man, we got there and their inventory was dirty or something of that nature. We want to be the best in the business at what we do, showcasing, and we give you a large variety. Think of it as going to a restaurant and you only got 4 things on the menu. We got all of it on the menu. And so we want you to come here and be able to see all the manufacturers, no matter what you're looking for, as well as what price range. We have coaches that can be $100,000, and we have coaches that are pushing well over $1 million, whatever you want to spend.
Yes, sir. I'm drinking water from a fire hose to try to keep up with this today. But if coaches have like an odor, one of my biggest pet peeves is odors in coaches, especially pre-owned coaches. I have a very sensitive nose. If a coach has been smoked in or pets are in the coach, how do you address that?
We address that at the beginning. You know, we have to tell people up front, unfortunately, if you're a full-time smoker in the motorhome, we're not going to take it. You know, it's just unfortunate. There's just very few people that can, you know, withstand that it's been smoked in full time. Now, if they're smokers and they don't smoke in it, obviously we'll take the coach. And the same thing with a pet. The motorhome has had full-time, you know, pets in the motorhome. We got to assess that when they bring it to us to say, hey, that's going to be a tough sell or not. But again, we try to do everything we can to take care of people, but obviously we look at it and say, we're not doing you a good job if it doesn't sell, and if that's keeping it from selling, we got to disclose that up front to the buyer.
I can appreciate that, and you know, having respect for people's time so they're not wasting their time.
Yes.
So. Well, I'm looking forward to looking through a few of these motorhomes and showing the folks some of these amazing deals you guys have. Now, your son Blake is involved with the business as well?
Absolutely. You know, I was so excited to get him back here to be a part of the family, and so he was selling commercial real estate out in your neck of the woods there in Miami, and I said, son, you know, it's time to come home and help Pops. And so I got the biggest blessing in the world. You know, I get to work with my son every day, but he's been in the business now with us 4 years, and I started him at the bottom, said, son, you got to run your laps. And so he started detailing at the very beginning and working in the service center, learning all about what it takes to be a technician and work on them. And now he's doing the marketing for the company and working in all the departments. And it's just been a real good transition, and it makes me feel proud that someday I'll get to turn it over to him and his brother.
So I'm looking forward to introducing the viewers to Blake here in a moment. But how many salespeople do you have here at Motorhomes of Texas?
Right now we have 6, and we also have a full-time guy that does the internet as well, and we try to do that to reach out to people if they want to send us, you know, anything through email, etc. But we have 6 guys on site, as well as a sales manager. We have an inventory manager. We have lot managers. We really just want to make sure that we take care of people, that we can get to them right away when they call or they pull up. That we have the availability to make them feel like, hey, they're number one.
Well, I'm looking forward to meeting some of your salespeople and interacting with them. I've heard a lot of great feedback on them. Now, there's rows of coaches behind us, but to show everyone kind of the perspective.
Basically, right here on this facility, we have 26 acres. So the total amount of property in this area is 26. We're expanding. We're fixing to add a whole nother area here in the future to bring another 50 coaches in. And then over there, that's RV Outfitters of Texas, where, like I said, we're going to be showcasing and selling now new Forest River Thor product and covering the fifth wheel and the bumper pull market. And then down the road, we have our full service facility for paint as well as fiberglass. And so we want people while they're here to know that we can take care of them. And as well as across the street, Andrew, there is a facility over there that I have a state-of-the-art sewing facility. And anything that a customer needs as far as upholstery work, we do all that, as well as recovering the chairs. And we can put in new floors, new countertops, new valances. We do it all.
And I think you guys are very reasonable with your pricing as well. I know you've got some extremely skilled technicians back there, but what's your labor rate here at Motorhomes of Texas?
Our labor rate is great. You know, we're at $185 an hour.
Wow.
And most people are in the $220 to $250. And so
I've seen them pushing 300 in some places.
So for us to be able to take care of people the way we do, I always tell people, man, as a matter of fact, it's big in our customer restroom when every day they have to walk in there and read it, it says empathy is everything. And it's like, man, give people value. And so when a customer comes here, not only to get the quality of work, but most importantly, they feel like, man, that I got a bang for my dollar. They did a great job. So we're very conscious about that. Service advisors do a great job of making sure the customer's happy with the price and they feel like they got the value for what they got worked on. So 185 is a heck of a deal.
Absolutely, yes, sir. We're here with Mel, the sales director here at Motorhomes of Texas, and you've got quite an inventory here. What are some of the hot deals here, sir?
Well, what we'd probably come to mind first, really nice selection of used Foretravels. Always have a bunch, somewhere 30 to 40 in stock at any given time. Right now, got some high-end Newmars that have just come in, and then I've got this 22 Zephyr right here that's, you don't see a whole lot of those around for sale.
Yeah, some really cool coaches. There was a crazy deal on a 15 Foretravel. I think that was under $300,000.
Really slick, a little bit of an unusual floor plan, but very nice, very clean motorhome. We can take a peek here at that in a minute if you want to.
I'd like to see this Zephyr here. I don't see very many Zephyrs. Very sought after motorhome. What's the story with this Zephyr, sir?
It's a two-owner. Folks are fairly local. They live in Texas, and I just got off the phone with them a little while ago. It's their 54th wedding anniversary today, so they are off to Biloxi. So they said they'd check back in with me when they get back in next week, but yeah, cool little motorhome.
Do you know what the asking price is on this coach?
$499.5.
Under 500 grand for a Zephyr. Smells, feels like new in this coach. And I believe this is the 45 PZ floor plan.
45 PZ.
And now I see you've got it all staged. And David mentioned earlier that every coach gets staged here at the Motorhomes of Texas.
Everything gets staged, and there's a couple marketing levels you can choose. If you go to the website, you can kind of look at what you get for your dollar. You're talking about a $500,000 motorhome here. You're going to want to look in top notch. You want it someplace that has the capacity to keep it plugged in, make sure it's clean, make sure that it's gone through the service, and just get a clean bill of health, and that's what we do here.
Yeah, really cool coach, and I love this, almost a modern farmhouse style on the floors. It does have the heated floors, and we've got a bunch of other coaches to show you guys, so let's just walk through this one real quickly. But a wine cooler here, and I love the way the face of this door matches the face of the cabinets, also the face of the refrigerator door. And then in the Zephyr, you're gonna start to get, you know, some high-end details like this backlit accent wall. You've got this curved bulkhead wall going into your half bathroom. This is gonna have the large touch panels to control our lighting, our shades. We can monitor the batteries, control the slide rooms, fans, locking mechanism. It does have a couple TV lifts. There's a TV on a televator up front. Beautiful rear suite back here with another TV on a televator. It does have a fireplace, beautiful indirect lighting below that, a nice ceiling fan, and I love the way Tiffin finishes out the ceiling. And then you'll notice on this inlay, this is a lot more high-end than what you're gonna see in the Allegro bus or the Phaeton. This is Tiffin's flagship model, so they're really pulling out all of their stops. You've got the double vanity, and man, I like how they staged this. Is that something you could pay a little extra to have them keep all the decor in there, or could that be negotiated?
Yeah, we can let the decor go for the right price. Absolutely, if they're in love with something. I've been doing this 16 years, and I've given away plenty of nice decor over the years. So
Understandable.
just let us know if you love it, and we can fix you up.
Hey, a good interior designer is priceless, so I can appreciate that. Now, you've got another accent wall here in the rear bathroom, a large shower with a teak seat and some nice tile inlays on the walls of the shower. And then my favorite part of this floor plan is this huge walk-in closet. We've got a separate light, hardwired light switch back here, but you can actually walk in. You've got a washer and dryer. It looks like there's some extra bedding currently being stored, a safe in the corner, shoe cubbies. And this coach just rolled in. This is one of the most recent inventory coming in here at Motorhomes of Texas.
Yep, absolutely is. And 30,000 miles. That's all we got.
Only 30,000 miles.
30,000 miles on a 22.
And has it even hit your website yet? It literally just rolled in.
It is on the website, but waiting on updated pictures.
Yeah, great opportunity if someone wants to jump on this one, but I think you got a couple more to show us?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Now, we could spend a whole week walking through all the Foretravels you have on your lot here, but this is a special one-owner realm super smoking deal next door on that 15.
Smoking deal, yeah.
But what's the story with this 2020?
One owner, guy took excellent care of his motorhome, always stored it indoors. Got a really bad to the bone lift on the back for motorcycle, so you can still tow your vehicle and carry a 600-pound motorcycle if you want to. Not everybody's cup of tea, but if you're looking for that, I've got it.
That's probably 15 grand, I think, if someone was going to have that put on.
Easy, easy. And in-motion Starlink and 28,000 miles, so it's got a lot going for it.
Low mile, one owner with the Starlink and the motorcycle lift. You said this is the LV3 floor plan, I believe. As soon as we open the door on these Foretravels, you know, the inlay and the indirect lighting on the door, and then if you look closely at the entry tile work, just incredible craftsmanship. Well, this even smells like a new Foretravel. You can tell this has been very well cared for.
Absolutely. We get a lot of really nice high-end pieces in, and people that they just take good care of their stuff.
Now, we talked a little bit earlier with David. You know, he says if a coach has been smoked in, you guys don't want to touch it. And if someone's going to consign a coach with you, you're actually the person that's in charge of that and the person that someone will talk to?
Absolutely, yeah. So if somebody needs to talk about values on their coach, if they're looking at consigning, they want to sell it, I'm the guy.
Now, when someone brings a coach to Motorhomes of Texas, how do you figure out all the money on what you're going to sell it for? How much you're going to net the consigner? How does that all work? Do you take a percentage or how do you work?
Yes, most of our deals are a percentage, and it's a little bit of a sliding scale based on the price of the motorhome. Obviously, I'm going to cut some people some slack when you get in these real expensive units and not charge them $100,000 to sell their motorhome or something. But as far as valuations and what it's worth, we're going to look at previous sales, which is we've got thousands of them to go by. Currently what's listed on the market. Yes, you can look at the book value. The book value is a guide, though. We can kind of get into that all day long about what the book says it's worth versus the market value. But
there's opinions on that.
Yeah, exactly. And I try to recommend people, you're selling your motorhome, put your buyer's hat on, walk in your motorhome, turn everything on, and say, well, if I'm the buyer, what would I want to do different? And that's the biggest thing, and it's not an exact science. I tell people that all the time too. I got to find somebody that's getting it behind that driver's seat, and I need an appointment. You need to sell it, so making sure that we hit the market right is very important.
So is it like 10%, 20%, or what's the average percentage on the low versus high end? And of course, if it's a $50,000 coach versus a $1 million coach, it's going to change.
Yeah. Top out is 10%. I know that's not. There's some other people that charge a little more than that. On the lower end, you're probably at 4 or 5% on a real expensive unit, and that's something that you and I can work out whenever it comes down to nailing the price down and something that's going to generate interest. You're going to be happy when it's all said and done. We're going to be happy, and everybody goes away happy.
I think that's extremely reasonable. Now, where did you find this coach? What's the story of this coach? How did it come in?
This coach, a guy reached out to me, says, hey, I'm not going to be using my motorhome anymore. Can you help me out? I said, yeah, sure, no problem. He gave me the lowdown on, there's a one owner. He's got the motorcycle, and it's got everything going on for it. So it's a perfect fit. Coaches like these need to be at a place like ours. Number one, we're the Foretravel specialists in the whole country. Number two, it's plugged in, it's staged. You've got 5 salesmen over there that have been doing this for a combined of close to 40 years. So they're very, very knowledgeable. Got a detail crew. I've got a delivery specialist. There's just a lot of things a high-end coach like this needs to find its new home. And plus, financing and our service department. Some folks just won't buy a motorhome if it's not from a dealership. They need that relationship going forward. Otherwise, they're lost. If you can't go buy a motorhome out in Timbuktu and then hope for the best that it turns out.
Well, and I like that you have recourse. I'm not a big fan of private party sales unless you really are getting that crazy deal or you have that trust, because if you go down the road and that thing breaks, there's no recourse, there's no support, and there's no reason for that owner. They've gotten their check where you need to keep your reputation. You want to sell them another motorhome, and that's why you've got over 600 reviews with a 4.8 star rating. Nobody in this business has as many reviews on Google as you guys do, and to keep customers that happy and do that many deals, that definitely says something.
Well, it comes from the top down, and we know what David, our owner, expects. I've been here 16 years. My sales manager's been here 7 or 8 years. Everybody does it the same way, and it's the way to do it. Customer always comes first. You do everything you can to help them out, and you know what? Like we talked about earlier about something else. Just be upfront with everybody. You know what? You might lose a deal today, but you'll get another one down the road.
Well, and you gain their trust, and that's what it's all about. Yep. Now coming back through this coach, this is going to be on the Spartan K4 chassis. It has a 20,000 pound towing capacity. Cummins X15 with 605 horsepower. Nice little Brew Express coffee maker here. I love these Foretravel galleys. This is a bath and a half coach, so you've got a good size half bathroom, and I love the way Foretravel does that tile work, kind of a third up the wall just to break it up. This has got the hardwired switches too. Some of the newer coaches go to those more touch panels like we just saw in that Zephyr. I personally prefer just a hardwired switch and not have to go through, you know, screens. My personal preference. Looks like we got some good pantry space here. You can see inside of these cabinets, it's going to be all lined with carpet with adjustable shelving. Looks like a RV king size bed back here, and you know the Realm has that really cool ceiling decor. We've got a TV on a televator, again, cool decor that Motorhomes of Texas does. And then the big part about this floor plan is this huge walk-in rear bathroom. Does have an emergency egress door, and check out this closet space. You've got an inlay on the closet doors to give you that high-end feel, and then huge closet with cabinets built into the closet. We can see some extra dinette chairs, very well lit. But I think if someone wanted to turn this into a bunk too, I don't think that would be that hard to throw a mattress in there if you had a small one that wanted to be close to the mom and dad. And then look at the mosaic tile work here in this corner shower. And then again, that tile work that matches what we saw in the entryway, just beautiful design by Foretravel. We do have a stackable washer and dryer here in the corner. And I really like what they do with the multi-tiered countertop, just a really great floor plan overall. But next door, I don't think you guys are going to believe the price on this 2015 Foretravel. Now this is something rare to find, a 2015 IH under $300,000. The only other IH that I've ever seen in this vintage, in this price point, was a heavily smoked in coach at a different dealership somewhere else. But I just walked inside of this coach. No smoke smells at all. Why is it priced so inexpensive?
Man, is this a very motivated seller. It's a company motorhome, and they are ready to find a new home for it.
15 Foretravel IH for 278 grand. Let's take a look inside here. This looks like it's never been sat in. You've got this ottoman and a cream colored recliner. No crazy smells in this like that other IH I saw in the same price point. Now, what's the story with this coach, and what's the difference between like the IH and the Realm?
So the Realm is a newer model. They used a Spartan chassis. These IH 45s, old school Foretravel chassis. They built the chassis in-house. The suspension was all set up. The slide rooms are all different. No jacks on this coach, so it's all air leveling like the old school Foretravels. But they discontinued this model and came out with the latest and greatest Spartan chassis. But this was back in their heyday. This was when Foretravel was building everything in-house and was top-notch quality all over.
And when you look at pound for pound, the value for your dollar in this coach, this is an incredible value. Now, it's a rare floor plan that I have not seen yet, but I love the way that it breaks up the salon and galley area from the rear of the coach with that curved wall here. We've got a lot of storage, some nice closet space there, and a beautiful wine glass cabinet and all that, you know, beautiful Foretravel woodwork and indirect lighting on the slide room faces. But I think coming back here is where it gets a little bit different than some of the other coaches we've seen. It's got that side aisle hallway. Now there is a pocket door if you want to section off the rear of the coach. And then it is a mid bath. So we've got this huge shower, the sink across from the shower, and of course, you know, beautiful tile work up the side wall here. Foretravel just goes over the top with all of their fit and finish through the coach. We've got the large closets along the back of the coach, and then the water closet is going to be here. A really good size water closet with a second sink. Really cool flow of this motorhome. You can see a piano hinge on the inside of that door, just way overbuilt. And do you know how many miles are on this coach?
Just under 115,000.
Just getting broken in for this chassis.
Absolutely, you're right about that.
All right, well, I think you got some more deals, maybe some Newell coaches, some other stuff to show us?
Got some Newells. We may be able to go take a peek at a Prevost.
Nice. Oh yeah, nice Prevost too. Yeah. You've got quite a few Newell coaches here, but this is one I get excited about, a 2016. This is Newell coach 1534, one of the last before the P50 body style. What's the story with this coach?
So some folks out in North Carolina, they're aging out, don't want to travel anymore, called us up, hey, can you hook us up? And we actually went and picked this coach up for them too. So we do offer that service if you need somebody to come help you get a coach cross country if it's time to move it.
And it's got a really cool exterior paint job and a really beautiful interior. But do you know what the asking price is on this coach?
$789,500.
$789,500. And how many miles?
92,000.
You mind if we take a quick look inside?
Let's go.
Well, this is a great looking Newell coach. I always, enjoy all the headroom inside of these. Tallest slide rooms in the industry. This is gonna have 25,000 pound towing capacity. I believe this is when they still had the ISX Cummins with 600 horsepower before they went to the X15. But
right.
What else is the story with this coach?
Great floor plan, bath and a half, set up extremely well and really clean. And if you'll notice, it's a little darker walls in this coach than in a lot of them, but it's a homey feel. It's not something you always get.
Yeah, super clean, and I love these floors with that matte finish. And then these ceilings is gonna be 2016 and 2015 is when I think Amber Kernan started doing a lot more of the design work for Newell coach, and they totally redesigned the ceilings in the Newell. So this is a much more updated design, and even though it's not a P50 body style, it feels like a P50 inside of this coach.
Absolutely beautiful motorhome.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but this is actually the face of the refrigerator that matches these cabinets. We've got some nice pantry space here. You've got your washer and dryer here in the middle of the coach, in the middle hallway, and then the half bathroom here with this door that will swing back 180 degrees. You can see that industrial style hinge and tile work up the whole wall in this coach. And then it does have carpets in the bedroom, very high-end carpets. It's a very luxurious feel in this coach. And no motorhome has more living space than a Newell coach. You've got the flat floors with all kinds of floor space in your rear suite, and then a small step up to the rear bathroom. We've got a Patsy Low painting here in the bedroom, and then a mosaic tile inlay on the floors of the bathroom that match the mosaic tile work on the shower. It's got the big corner sink. You've got lots of closet space along the back of the coach, more closet and laundry hamper space here. And the new Newells are hitting about $2.8 million, so a great opportunity for someone. But I think there's a Prevost XL2 double slide Royale coach. It's very sought after. Let's go take a look at that as well. Now, a lot of you in the Prevost world that really know your older Prevosts of this vintage well are gonna get really excited about this coach. This is a 2004 XL2 double slide Royale coach, and a lot of the guys buying these older Prevosts really like the Royale coaches. Is that what you've heard as well?
Same thing. What I get is that they're a lot easier to work on than a whole lot of other manufacturers.
I remember a Prevost owner telling me in my detail days, probably 15 years ago, that the reason he chose a Royale was a lot of the stuff, if something breaks in there, he said you could go to like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, and a lot of the stuff you could get and fix it.
Almost, yeah.
Easy to access on. And I think everyone I've talked to really knows these, just prefers them for the ease of maintenance on them.
Same story I get.
Now, this is priced extremely low, under $200,000. Why is it priced so low?
It's one of those motorhomes that just needs to get off a lot. So somebody's getting a smoking deal, whoever buys this thing.
Now, it does have about 210,000 miles, and those of you that know the Prevost, it's just getting broken in. It's got the Series 60. Right away, you've got that wood grain in the shape of an R for a Royale coach. Nice indirect lighting right in the entryway, but let's take a look at the interior. This is super clean. I wouldn't think this is a 210,000 mile coach. Do you know if it's had remodel done or anything?
It little bit here and there, nothing major though. I think we got some new upholstery. Carpet, I think's original, but most of the stuff is original in it. But yeah, a little bit of update here and there.
It's even got the Prevost pillow there with the Prevost logo on it. Nice inlay. I would bet that was done more recently. Tiles in great shape, and I don't remember them doing like indirect lighting below the cabinets here. I would say that was probably added. I mean, have you seen a lot of these older Royales? Do you think that was factory?
I haven't noticed anything like that. So yeah, you're probably right. Probably was added.
Yeah, now Royale has this, you know, this is real wood here. When you really look closely at this wood and, you know, the slide room faces here, kind of a nice blonde color, which is
nice maple.
Yeah, came back in style. I think they call this like a J lounge, where you can swivel this, and Prevost double slide at this price point is rare. Now, this is going to be a mid-bath coach here, so you've got this large mid-bath, got a huge closet here, washer and dryer, large radius shower, and check this out for size, guys. You've got some nice tile work in your shower, and then a separate door for the water closet. You've got a separate sink, and then the same carpeting in the bedroom like we saw in the salon, with a really cool pattern, very high end, and that even flows into this walk-in closet where we have some nice cabinets, a ton of storage back here. More of those Prevost pillows. I really like those. And this is really cool. It's got Jack and Jill doors. So if you want to enter your bathroom from this area, you've got access to the toilet. But say you're sleeping at night and you have guests, you can section this door off as well as this door. And then your guests are going to have access to this really good sized bathroom, actually. I mean, this is a large water closet here, nice sink. You've got a little bit of pantry space for storage. Really great opportunity for someone under 200 grand. David, it's been a pleasure to see some incredible coaches. You've got an incredible operation here. Now, I heard you've got the next generation coming in here.
Oh, absolutely. My dream from the very beginning was I wanted to start a business and obviously pass it on. I think that's it's biblical, the legacy.
Yes, sir.
You got to pass it on to your family. I've got 2 boys. My oldest son's in the military. He'll be coming back to join us, but I've had Blake work with me, and what a pleasure. He gets to work with his dad every day, and he's been with me 4 years, and teaching him the business at the bottom all the way to the top has been a lot of fun to watch.
I heard you started where I did, washing coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got back here and just got to really just get immersed in the motorhome business. So from the bottom, just getting involved with washing the coaches and just getting to see the whole entire process of what that looks like to come to Motorhomes of Texas and go through the detail experience, get involved and see what our technicians get to fix every day and the problems that arise in a motorhome. And it's just truly incredible to see what they can do. And then, you know, just getting involved in the sales side, getting to experience a wedding day here at Motorhomes of Texas, it just makes me proud to be coming as the second generation to see what my father has created. I can't wait to just build on top of that and just continue to deliver an amazing customer experience.
Very exciting. Now, what is your current position here with Motorhomes of Texas?
My current position right now with Motorhomes of Texas is the integrator. So just getting to work with all of our managers, oversee all daily operations, and just make sure things are running smoothly for the customers, and just making sure that we're putting them first in everything we do.
Well, you guys are doing a great job. We're really impressed with your whole operation here. I've heard about you guys over and over, but seeing it here firsthand really gives me a different appreciation for what you've built here.
I really, really appreciate that. And one thing I want to make sure everybody knows that we're just the vessel, and the team that we have is what makes it possible. We have some of the most amazing people that work here. We're one big family, and the amount of hard work that these guys and ladies and men have put in to build this company with us is what makes us who we are, and most importantly, the customer. But we're grateful, and we want to be a good steward. And I guarantee you, the best is yet to come. We're going to scale this business. We're going to take it to bigger and better places, and he and I and his brother are going to do amazing things as we go forward.
Well, really looking forward to seeing what the future holds for Motorhomes of Texas. Now, we showed some incredible coaches today. We showed your service facility. Now, if someone's a serious and qualified buyer and they want to purchase one of the coaches in your inventory, or they want to schedule a service appointment, remodel, or consign a coach with you and your team, what's the best steps for them to take?
Man, 100%. You know, the world we live in, internet's the way to go. Just go to www.motorhomesoftexas.com. We got a 1-800 number there. If you call in, we actually do have somebody that answers the phone, so you'll talk to one of our lovely assistants and they'll get you right to where you want to go to either buy a motorhome, consign your motorhome, service parts. We try to make it as customer friendly as possible.
Awesome. We'll make sure to leave that in the description below. David and Blake,
What
really
a pleasure having you.
Really appreciate it, enjoyed it. Also appreciate all of you liking, sharing, and following Motorhomes of Texas social media accounts. We'll leave that in the description below. We appreciate all of you and hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
Thank you very much. Where do we go to sell this motorhome that we can trust? Motorhomes of Texas is the place for you. When a customer comes here, not only to get the quality of work, but most importantly, they feel like, man, that I got a bang for my dollar. If somebody has never bought a motorhome, I just want to assure them this is the place to come. Our labor rate is great. You know, we're at $185 an hour.
Wow.
Most people that are working here now have been with me at least 12 to 15 years. We're a big family here. That's what makes us special.